like where you can physically go and relax and do a guided meditation and meet people with a similar mindset as you in order to build community, because the online is amazing, the online world.
Yeah.
But we're forgetting the real world. We're forgetting the relationships with people.
I agree. Today we have María José Flaqué, who is the founder of Mujer Holistica, a leading website in Latin America focused on wellness, spirituality, and conscious entrepreneurship. In 3 years, Mujer Holistica has become a leader in its field in countries such as Mexico and Colombia. With an online following of over 600,000 people and over 700,000 page views a month, María José's mission is to empower women in Latin America to help them become conscious creators of their own reality. Thanks so much for being here, María.
Thank you for having me here.
Okay, so
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Bien, gracias.
Okay, enough of that. So tell me about your unique skill set, the way you see it, and how that unique skill set has helped you succeed in your business so far.
I think that my unique skill set has been authenticity. I'm very transparent in my life and what I do and what my teachings are and what I'm really here, what my purpose is, what I'm here to do on this earth, and I try to really live what I teach.
And how's that helped you succeed?
People relate to other people, right? And so my followers see this authenticity and they're inspired by it. They're inspired by what I do, by how I lead, and by what I say. And so I believe that really being authentic has been key for me to be able to grow my business.
Yeah. So that word keeps coming up when I ask that question on this show. And I wonder what you have to say about how, I mean, it sounds like if that's the key to success and success is so challenging, then why doesn't everybody just do it? But it seems like that skill or trait or whatever that is rare somehow. What would you say to somebody who feels like they need to grow in that area? Like, if authenticity is the key, how do you get authentic?
You're honest with yourself. You're honest. When I am not, and you have to be aligned with your inner self, in my case, with my spirituality, because it is what I teach. So every single day I make sure I align myself and I ask myself, why am I here? What is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? And please show me the way and please guide me the way. And when I do this in a way that is real to me, I am able to transmit it to other people. But I believe that if we are not aligned with who we really are and speak to our inner guide and our inner self every single day, we will not be able to go out into the world. What we do out in the world is a reflection of who we are internally. Yeah. And if we're not strong internally, it will be weak outside. People will perceive it as weak, or you will not be able to sustain what you want to sustain if you don't have the basis within you.
Yeah. So just real intention and daily practice really about getting centered.
Daily practice is so important. And everything is a reflection of everything, right? And so whatever I teach, it's usually something that I need to learn as well. And it's usually imprinted in front of me in the mirror every single morning. Be authentic. Where's your balance? Where's your personal care? Where's your meditation practice? Where's your spiritual practice? Because as entrepreneurs, we really fight with this. Life goes so fast, and money and growing your business and staff and people talking to you everywhere and opportunities. Where is it? Where's the spiritual practice? Where's your balance? Where's everything that you are teaching? Yeah. And that makes me return to okay, if I'm not okay, the rest of the things will not be okay. Yeah.
Awesome. So you've been in this business for 3 years, you just mentioned earlier. And I'm going to presume that just simply being authentic isn't enough to have customers show up. So what are you doing that's working to attract actual customers to your business right now?
So yeah, we do have a long-term plan in terms of marketing. I do study a lot. It's big for me. For example, Ontraport has great always speakers, events, and content on your website. And I'm always looking for structure. How do I do this? How do I implement this? And a lot of social networking as well, but mostly just a real plan as to, okay, where are we going and how are we going to build that? As much as we have the whole spirituality and we have the whole woo-woo, we also have a plan. And we also have bills to pay and numbers to meet. So it's also how are we going to implement this?
So what is the plan? What actually is working?
You know what's really working? I want to see groups of free meditation classes all over the world.
Free meditation
From
classes.
our types of meditation, which are specific guided meditations.
Got it.
So we have formed ambassadors. Right now we have 30 ambassadors all over the world that are just starting, like they just graduated and they're starting, and they do free, once a month they do a free meditation in their local communities.
So you've trained these ambassadors.
Yes. So my mission is to bring all of this online tools and people from all over the world and bring it down to presence, to local, like where you can physically go and relax and do a guided meditation and meet people with a similar mindset as you in order to build community, because the online is amazing, the online world. Yeah. But we're forgetting the real world. We're forgetting the relationships with people.
I agree, yeah.
So we have formed 30 ambassadors. Next year, hopefully it'll double or triple. We're growing slowly. It's a pilot program. And they will do our branded workshops in their community and meditations. The meditations are free once a month. So it is my dream to see meditation classes all over the world for free.
And then those people that come and get into the kind of meditation are like directed to your website to sign up for like a deeper program or something like that.
Correct.
Got it. So it starts with an in-person experience.
Correct.
Old school.
Correct.
Awesome. So I'm sure you've learned a ton over the years that you've been doing this. If you could like jump back in time and give yourself one piece of advice that would have, most deeply impacted your success or made it happen faster or bigger, what would that advice be?
Have the proper systems in place, not patch things up. Like really invest in tools that can be grown or can grow organically with your business.
Yeah, from day one.
From day one, exactly. Not try and patch things up and like, okay, it's fine by now and I might not have the perfect structure legally or financially or with my systems of emails. Yeah. But then within 3 years, if you grow really, like I did, if I look back, I would have done things a little more organized, properly, looked for the correct tools, looked for correct guidance, support, and mentors that would have said, no, if you really want to build a business, get the proper systems in place from day one. Yeah, and so if, speaking for your former self, I can imagine you arguing, but I don't even know if this is going to work yet. Why would I invest the time and money into building these systems or legal structures or whatever it might be when all I need to do right now is to like find a customer and like feed myself? How do you convince your former self to actually make that kind of like painful investment? I tell my students that if your vision is big and you really want to reach the moon, you need a space shuttle. You don't need a kite. Yeah. And if you don't have the proper systems in place, you have a kite. Yeah. And a kite is not going to get you to the moon. So it depends on your vision. If your vision is a big, like I want to transform like meditation classes all over the world, that's a big vision. Yeah. And that needs a proper system in place. Yeah. Otherwise, it just won't happen. Yeah. So it really depends. Like if you want to do something on a smaller scale, have a limited amount of customers, then you don't really need then you can convince yourself that you don't need all of these things. But if you really have a big vision in place, then it's not. You got to get serious. You got to get serious with it. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just too painful to fix it later. Exactly. Okay. So you've learned a lot so far. What's next? What is the thing that you'd like to learn next in life or in business? Oh wow. In business, I think. Physical products. I really want to go into a line of physical products. Oh, wow, yeah. Which is something I'm exploring now. Thing, yeah, a whole new thing. It's a brand new world for me. Yeah. A lot of learning there. Yeah. But I really want to have like branded products. Yeah. Awesome. And what about just life? Settling down in a place that has all the things I want in life, like hiking, access to the ocean. Yeah. So I'm looking all around the world for the perfect place, maybe. So that's the thing for next year, figure out exactly where in the world I really want to build my home base. Yeah. So when you think forward 20 or 30 or 50 years and think about looking back on your life and what you created and what you're remembered for, what would you like to imagine that your legacy will be? Well, I think about this a lot. I have a very big fear of leaving this earth, not without having been done early, without having done everything that I want to do. Yeah. And so I do think a lot about what, if I do leave, what would I like to have in place, and that's why the ambassador program for something meditation real teachers. And physical in the world. Exactly, and something that if I'm not physically here, it can still go on without me. So it's something that can go on generations and generations, and it can still continue. So it is important for me to leave the proper structures and the proper systems in place so that other people can do my programs, other people can teach these tools, like train teachers as well, so that it can continue. And if I'm not unfortunately here on this earth, at least these tools can be passed down.
Beautiful. So we call this thing Modern Entrepreneur. What do you think it means to be a modern entrepreneur today?
Oh, I really believe that a modern entrepreneur has to be aligned with the purpose, with the why.
Yeah.
Like, why are you here? Why are you doing this? And to really understand that the world needs a change. Like, we can't view economics and we can't view society the same way we have been doing it, because things need to change, right? And so I think a modern entrepreneur really takes into consideration, like, how can I be of service? How can I be happier? How can I integrate all of these things and bring them out into the world in such a way where all of us are better people for it, right?
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Will you sign our wall?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Thank you.
If you look at times now versus 5 years ago, people are getting so many more emails, so many more communication messages, not just in their inbox, but Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. How many places are there for people to get messages and communication from? It's so many, it's overwhelming. So why should people be getting all the messages out there that aren't relevant for them?